So whatever you guys do today, just come and tell the camera what we're doing.
Just like explaining what's going on.
So right now what we're going to do is we're just going to warm them up. They're going to run laps. Then they are going to do like a dynamic normal warm up across the floor, which you've kind of seen on the other teams. Then we're going to warm up their standing tumbling. We're going to start warming up their elite stunt sequence, which is very hard and beyond what they can actually do right now. So it's like really, you're going to see a lot of falls, but you're going to see a lot of hits. So just be prepared for that. They're not polished yet. They're in the process of like working through, because this is the most advanced team in the gym, but what I've made for them is like even beyond that. So it's a lot of like, right now we're literally just trying to hit like once, and then we build from there, and then probably after that we're doing the pyramid.
3, chuck it, 5, 7, 1, 3, 4. Come on,
So what made you want to create this documentary?
Just because, like, watching, I think to understand, like, what the kids are going through. We've created all these rules to keep everyone safe, you know. Like, it's a real threat, it's serious, and we all have to be careful. But the other side, I feel that's not being taken into consideration for the younger kids who are at lower risk, you know, for the most part, is they're not taking into consideration the mental health and the anxiety and the depression and all the things that are like, I'm gonna cry, are going on with this for them because they've gone through so much. But it's just like, I'm like under so much stress with all this, but I get like super emotional. But like our kids, some of our kids had a classmate commit suicide like 3 weeks ago, and he was like 14 years old. So it's like, you tell me like what we're really protecting them from.
Can you recall the day you guys had to shut down? What was going on?
Man, the day that we found out about shutdown was honestly the morning after one of like the most stressful practices I think I've ever had as a coach. We were having junior 2 practice and we were getting ready to go to Arizona for one of our biggest competitions of the season. And as the night was unfolding, more and more parents were saying, you know, I think I'm gonna pull her from the competition. I think we're not gonna go. That team in particular was very close. All the girls were friends, like really, really close. So to see most of their friends sitting to the side that couldn't participate, it made them sad, and there were tears everywhere.
When kids see that moment when parents don't know what to do and coaches don't really know what to do, and it just was terrifying for them.
There's just a general feeling of loneliness and sadness, and they're not sure where it's coming from. Whether you're a soccer player, whether you're a cheerleader, it kind of doesn't matter what you do. You're not feeling motivated like you always had to do your sport, and you're not sure why.
You're back in the gym, but it's not the same. I didn't know how to function mentally anymore. The transition wasn't smooth for me. So for the kids, in a lot of ways, it made me sympathize what they're going through, and they're still at home, you know, like, yeah, they come here for a few hours, but for the most part, they're on Zoom all day long until they get to the gym. That transition, I can only imagine, must be so hard for them, not being able to live their normal lifestyle. and then just, you know, they get just a little bit of it here, and then they have to go right back to it as soon as they're done.
What are you doing?
Sanitizing everything in this gym. As always.
How often do you guys sanitize your equipment?
Oh, like after each use. Every time someone touches it, it gets sanitized.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. Can you talk about what your mom does for a living?
She's like a nurse and she like has corona all around her and stuff.
What's it like when your mom comes home from work? What does she do?
We have to like social distance from her because she's in corona and like in the hospital and stuff. We can't even visit her on like Valentine's Day or anything like that.
Yeah, so you have to be careful. What are some of the things that you have to do right now when you would go out of the house?
You always have to wear a mask. You always have to stay like very far from others.
It's been hard doing it with the masks. It's actually gotten to the point where I almost quit because it was just a lot of stress on me. But even putting the mask on top of it, it was even more stress because I wasn't able to really breathe.
What do you miss about going to school in person?
I can't like make new friends because of the coronavirus. And like I don't really have anyone to talk to because like I'm alone at my house.
I think getting used to like being pretty much all online and doing everything at home was really hard for me. Like I would go days without leaving my house. I don't think I've ever done that because I usually always left my house at least once a day.
I went from rarely being home to like being home 24/7 and not being able to go anywhere. Like of course like I love my family and stuff, but I like to be out and like engaging with people.
Yeah, you guys got it. We've been doing this for like 2 months. We did 8 full outs in a row, one practice. Always remember that.
If like you see someone like kind of dying, like hype them up, or like also if you like you're not breathing, breathe.
Don't have in the mentality, like don't let yourself think you're tired because you're not. Like just don't let that thought come to your head. Like you're not tired, you're just breathing extra loudly. You're not tired. Shockwave on me, shockwave on me, 1, 2, 3. Shockwave!
Out there, it's important to give them their sports. It's important that they have this outlet for their mental health, whatever it is, whether it's band, whether it's, you know, dance, I don't care what it is, but the kids at this time need an outlet, and if it's not safe to be mingling in public with everybody, they need to be given their group that they can be with. It doesn't reduce all the risk, I know, but it definitely reduces their risk of, you know, hurting themselves or getting to that point. And I think that's my biggest fear for this group. And when they see this, I want them to know that they all feel the same, you know, feeling isolated and feeling alone. And so I just want them to know that, like, or anyone to know that ends up seeing it, that how they feel is not unique to them, that everyone's feeling the same way. Everyone's feeling those days where they don't feel like doing anything.
How are you guys feeling today?
Good.
You guys like coming to Cheers?
Yeah, it's actually really fun, and I'm glad that it opened during Corona. Yeah, because like if it wasn't during Corona, I would probably lose all my skills. So I lost like half of my skills.
What do you like most about this gym?
That we can all get along. We're all pretty friendly with each other.
Yeah, there's not really any mean girls.
Yeah, we try to be all inclusive.
Yeah.
What do you like to do on your free time? Oh, tumbling. Can you show me your tumbling? How long would it take me to learn that? I don't know how to tumble.
Probably like 5 years, maybe. It's okay. Well, because you're kind of older too. It's less flexible.
What are some things do you think we can do to help the kids through this time?
I think Katie's already doing everything like so perfectly. Like she's just been so graceful about this whole incident and just doing her absolute best to try to make sure that we can keep the doors open, because she understands like the toll that took on us staff. Like this is our job, like, you know, we have things that we need to pay for, you know, rent, cars, stuff like that, and also like just the children, like just their well-being. This is like their place of escape from all of that stuff. It's just super heavy right now, not only with the pandemic but with the election and the Black Lives Matter and the protests and the looting, like all of that. And so this is kind of like our little bubble where we can just pretend like nothing else is going on, in case like made sure that nothing ruins that.
Timmy, you don't want none of these big kahunas. Yes.
On store.
Guys,
Hey! Wait, yeah, let's all lay like that. I fell.
say some nice thing about Katie.
Katie's nice. She's amazing. Katie's nice. She's amazing because she puts a lot of effort into like everything she does. And she's like our secondary mom.
Hi, boss lady. Thanks for putting up with all of our craziness, boss lady. Yeah. Our ultimate cheer mom.
Ultimate cheer mom! I'm so excited for Top Golf!
Do you have any positive message you want to send through the video?
Yes, I would say always try to see something positive out of like, you know, like a hard situation.
It's important to remember that at the end of the day, this is supposed to be fun. This is something where when everything in life can get hard, whether it's school or you're having trouble with your parents or anything like that, this is your place to come where you feel like home.
When you feel alone or you feel that isolation, like be that person to reach out to someone. Make sure you have that person that you are safe to see in person.
Better days are coming. They really are. And, you know, one day when you know, this is your generational story. When you guys grow up and you have kids and grandkids, you guys get to be like, well, I remember back in my day when we had to go on shutdown and all those things. You know, this is all a part of your history. Just know that you are always welcome here every single day. This is your home and you can come and be yourself and be okay.